Hi from Berlin.
Hi.
In this video we want to talk to you about our impressions, our thoughts on Berlin, what we like, what we don't like, how it was for Nala being here for a full week or 10 days actually. So yeah, let's start. What is the first thing that you love about Berlin, Tim? If you think about Berlin, think of our week here.
It was the first time I've been here with Nala, so that's great. She's having a great time, as you can see. No, what I always love when I'm here, I love like the vibe of the city. Like on one hand, like all the history, but also the kind of the edginess, the roughness of everything. There's so much street art. I also love the vibe of the people in certain areas, like here, Friedrichshain-Kreuzberg. People are very like open-minded and express themselves also through their looks and their clothing quite a lot. And there's so much amazing food everywhere.
Wait, I want to go to because what is the thing? What is the thing you love most about Berlin? And Ben, he just does the whole video. He just does the whole video in 1 minute.
It's just so much I love.
But I wanted to go in on the expressiveness a little bit more. What you said, because that is also what I love about Berlin and the vibe when you're here. It is so expressive. The people, at least here in the center, are super expressive, but in the way they dress, the way they look, the way they, I don't know, it is so eclectic. Everything goes here, and still it yet feels like one style. It's especially amongst the younger crowd, I think, the hip crowd or the trendy crowd. That's at least how I see them. I think it is like we talked about the style, like what people wear, how they style themselves. It is really anything goes, but also a specific Berlin's vibe, to me at least. And that's what you see, and for me that goes hand in hand with all the street art, graffiti that you see all over the city. This city has so much more graffiti than any other city, I think. Mm-hmm. All over the city, which I love.
Big murals,
yeah,
other things.
For me, that goes hand in hand with that expressiveness. People, I think, at least that's how I see that, is that it comes from being oppressed, being shut down, having the wall in between. After that, like there was an explosion of expressiveness that needed to happen, and that is what you feel when you're in the city, I think. No, you can go.
Is it?
He's like waiting, like.
But it still feels like also like a huge international city. Like I think everywhere you go, everybody speaks English, so it's really easy. And I think also quite different than other places in Germany. So it feels very just open and welcoming. But just like everybody can be here and do their thing, as long as you don't bother anyone. Because if people are bothered, they will tell you as well.
But I actually didn't feel that here as much as in other cities.
I didn't feel it directly, but I just saw it like every now and then happening around me, like to other people, or just people like randomly shouting their beliefs or their whatever they thought at the moment, or if they're bothered with something. It was like, what are you doing?
But I've also seen a lot of kindness. Strangers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with Nala.
Yeah, but not only to Nala, also like people saying like this and this, helping others out. I've seen that a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But also like one day when we took like a really nice picture of the sunset here on the river, and there were like two people passing by within 10 seconds of each other, like independently asking, "Oh, do you want me to take a picture of you?" Because they saw that we were trying to take a selfie. Or should I hold the dog for you for a second? Or
yeah, that as well.
That was really nice.
I saw a lot of kindness, a lot of nice people as well. And being a queer couple, it also feels so.
It also really
Easy to be gay here.
doesn't matter at all. Or something.
Yeah.
It's like everybody just
And I feel
is
like
who they are, and you also see a lot of
everywhere.
people walking around hand in hand, no matter what they are. You see a lot of like openly, at least I've seen, I think, openly also like trans people walking around. So
Yeah, but of course, Berlin has like the Schöneberg area, which is more known for being the gay area. Even
We
though
haven't even been there.
Kreuzberg, no, we haven't. We will do that on our last day. But there, it just feels so accepted, so open, and that is also again that expressiveness. I think that everybody can express themselves, and that feels for us as a gay couple feels very welcoming as well.
and the city is also very dog friendly as well.
She is having an amazing time. She really
Yeah, of
is.
course we have this gorgeous park with the cherry blossom right next to our hotel, so that's perfect for her.
We always book a hotel that has some green next to it, so it's easy for her in the morning and before we go to bed.
But also everywhere in the city there's so much green, so also like smaller patches, bigger patches, like small parks, big parks. And I haven't seen any park so far where she was not allowed in, so completely the opposite of Paris, for example.
Paris was crazy for her.
Paris was really hard.
This is really like perfect dog city, I think. She can go into the subways easily. Nobody is like weird about it.
Nobody cares.
Although
we've also
there
seen
was
other
the same
dogs
in
there.
Paris, I have to say. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so friendly. All the restaurants, she's welcome.
All the restaurants.
There was even a restaurant where like they said on the sign like dogs are welcome and Nazis are not, which was funny. But she was like allowed to lay on the couch because it was like a little bit of a
that was really
vintage
first time
cafe.
I've never had that before.
Yeah.
So it was actually really nice to have her like next to me in a cafe. It was really nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
The only thing I have to say is I don't know why that is here in Berlin, at least in this area, like the Schöneberg, Kreuzberg, not Schöneberg, Kreuzberg, Friedrichshain, glass on the street, pavement,
Shards of glass.
Shards, tiny shards,
Tiny,
bigger
big
shards,
ones.
or really big ones. But that makes it a little bit difficult walking with Nala, I have to say. So that was something that I was like, it's not only one street or two streets, it's like everywhere you look. But yeah, you can't have it all dog friendly wise, right? And what I also like that Berlin, even though it has that rawness and that parts of the Berlin Wall are still there all over the city.
It's actually right next to us.
Yeah, it's over here. Maybe you can see a little bit in the video, I think.
Yeah.
But that part is there, so that rawness and also the really East Berlin style of DDR style of building, like the really concrete, I would call it not very, how do you call it? Creative building of architecture.
Yeah, in German it has a like specific name. It's called Plattenbau.
Wow, yeah, flat.
So it's like really like simple concrete buildings.
But in the old center, there's still these beautiful churches, beautiful buildings, like the Brandenburger Tor, of course, is iconic as well. You have the whole beautiful garden, Tiergarten park, where you can just walk around. So it has the old historic buildings as well.
Yeah, but they're still there, not that many, because for obvious reasons, but they're still here, they're gorgeous.
But
we even found like a whole like old quarter kind of by accident, the Nikolai quarter, so where it felt like you were like in an old town and you weren't in Berlin anymore even. So that was really interesting. I've never been there before, so that was really interesting to see.
Yeah. So people coming for history and classical buildings.
There's so much history as well, of course.
But I like the more raw and the more recent history, I would call recent history. I like that part and that paradox, or those two things going together in this city, what makes it very, very
rain.
And of course, springtime is beautiful with cherry blossoms everywhere.
Oh, we have the best weather this week. I love it.
So yeah, that's. And you said something about the food as well in your opening monologue.
Especially in this area, but that's probably also kind of why we wanted to stay here. Also, of course, we have this beautiful spot next to the park and next to the river. But also this area and the area next to it, they are famous for having abundance of different restaurants, cafes, food in all shapes and sizes, from all over the world. So
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, every big city has that.
I think I've
But-
even had the best ice cream outside of Italy here. Yes,
Like
yesterday.
that comes
Yeah.
close to the Italian gelato. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Same here.
I think it was even like on the same level.
Yeah. Mine too. But the funny thing is, every big city has that with the restaurants and all over, like all the exotic food that you want to. But
Yeah.
here it just feels like back to back to back to back.
But you also have the typical German food on the other hand, like old German, but you also have typically Berlin stuff as well.
Yeah.
So you can have that as well next to everything else from
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
And what we've done this week as well is meet some locals, that people that we knew from another trip or knew from Instagram or through our YouTube channel. And
always nice.
that is always so nice to talk to them, to see their perspective on the city, what they love, what they don't love. So that was amazing as well, meeting those people and having some drinks or some food with them. And yeah, so that really, for me at least, it soaked us more into the vibe of the city, or at least we could
Yeah.
soak it up a bit more.
It feels like, oh yeah, we're actually staying here for longer. We're just meeting up with friends and doing our thing.
Yeah, just having drinks and just not being overly touristy, like bam, 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 visiting this, that, only just sitting down, drinks, terrace, people, I don't know. It was
I think it's
nice.
also the most extensive city trip we've done so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
We've done Paris for a week, but
Yeah.
here we are even now
10
for
days,
10 days.
yeah.
So at least for me, I feel really relaxed because we don't have any rush
Yeah.
at all to do anything.
Me too, I like
We
it.
can just decide that day, that morning.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we going to do today? What are we going to eat for lunch?
That, yeah.
Oh, what are we going to eat for dinner?
Yeah.
And where are we walking? Because we're also walking quite a lot.
Oh yeah, we walk a lot, but we
Uh,
like that.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's also, if you like us talking to you like this, then you might actually want to consider becoming a channel member, because we do these types of videos all over the city whenever we feel like it, an impromptu video. We do that all the time, and we upload them only for the members, because it doesn't fit our regular channel vibe where it's about food or about travel tips. So on the membership channel part, you will get these personal videos, us talking, sharing funny moments, funny adventures.
Definitely talking also about stuff we never mention in any video or something.
Yeah,
So
just little things.
just weird things, quirky things, funny things that just happen.
that happen.
While we're on a trip or I don't know.
And it's also
You have
and
an
it's-
example?
Yeah, I have an example, because we found a really awesome chocolate that we don't share in our food video here, because it didn't fit in the food video, and the food video would be too long, so we're going to taste it on the members only channel. But yeah, we also have our problems, like you were stressed getting into the car when we started. All of those kind of honest stuff, behind the scenes stuff that happens when you travel, so it's more personal stuff about us. And you only have to get into the lowest tier, because we said we want the membership area not to be about money, but it needs to be about community. So if you decide to become a member, it's only the lowest tier that you have to do, because you'll get all of the videos there. You don't have to go up in higher tiers.
Yeah,
You
the
don't
higher
get
tiers are
anything.
really only if you want to support us, like
Yeah,
extra.
But you don't have to.
Yeah, but really to get the extra content, you only need to have the lowest tier.
So please go over to the membership section. We'll see you there. Leave comments there. We love that. We interact with you a lot. Okay, that was a lot of self-promotion. So thanks for watching this video. And thanks for watching all the other Berlin videos, because we have the best traditional food. We have the best exotic food, like besides the Berlin traditional dishes. And of course, we have a regular travel vlog. So yeah, what will be our next destination?
Namibia.
Namibia. See you in Namibia.
Really different.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. And then I decide to walk
let's go
across the camera. The final shot.
That's good. That's good.